Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Kaladesh Remastered draft here on the channel. My name is Nikolai, and in this video, I'm going to be going pick by pick and play by play through this draft, talking through all of my decisions, so you can level up and improve at Limited. If you enjoyed, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more content. You can even click that little bell icon. I don't really know what it does, but it says my bell ratio is low compared to other people, so if you click it, the bell ratio will be saved. Okie doke. You can also catch the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. We have opened up a very solid uncommon. Well. Donnie Kong X subscribing. What a way to start off the draft video. Thank you so much, Donnie Kong. I appreciate the support. Harness Lightning is a very good uncommon. Basically, 2 mana, deal 3 to a creature, which is already great and limited a lot of the time, but it has the added flexibility of if you only need to do 2, you can net an energy, and if you have to kill something bigger and you have some energy lying around, you can kill that. So Harness Lightning is a great pick, and it's pretty easy to splash in like a blue-green energy deck. After that, the cards drop off in quality drastically. Riparian Tiger is a good energy card, but it's a 5-drop, which is not really where you want to start off. Infiltrator overperforms because there are a lot of like random 1/1 servos, so this can like attack pretty well. The Ether Thief isn't as good, though if you do need an energy outlet, it's okay. The Inspector's also pretty solid. I don't even know what I would take second out of this pack. It's very preferential. Okay, so this is an interesting spot here, because our first pick, great energy card, and then we see like a Fumigate, which is a pretty good sweeper, honestly. You regain some of the life you get from like baiting out your opponent into overextending. There's also Voltaic Brawler, which is a good aggressive card, though. As I've said many times, taking a gold card early is a very difficult thing to do if you like to stay flexible in draft, because unless the power level is drastically greater for the gold card, you just have such a low likelihood of playing it relative to other cards, and it leaves you very inflexible in the draft. You don't have many pivot points when you take a gold card. Filigree Familiar is reasonable. It would be much better if it drew you the card when it entered the battlefield, but that would probably be too good, potentially. Druid of the Cowl is a reasonable 2-drop for a more controlling deck. The Thriving Turtle's okay. Inventor's Goggles is probably a little underrated. I kind of want to take Fumigate. I think it's a very powerful card, and can potentially punish some folks. It's not the greatest against like vehicles, but still quite good. Okay, in this pack, Vengeful Rebel is a pretty reasonable card if you can enable Revolt. No, I'm not sick, Shade John. Vengeful Rebel is pretty good if you can enable Revolt, but it's kind of difficult to do that, like surprisingly difficult sometimes. Armorcraft Judge is kind of hard to get going, but it can be powerful in the right deck. The counters team doesn't really come together all that often as I'm building the counters deck. Rogue Refiner is very good. Again, it's a gold card, but it is very powerful. But it's neither of the colors that I already have. I kind of like Vengeful Rebel as a card to try and build around. It's a little bit tough to get going sometimes, but when it works really well. Earseeker Serpent's also great. I kind of want to take the Vengeful Rebel. There's also Fragmentize, which is a reasonable card. Okay, and now there's a Welding Sparks, there's an Attune with Ether. Those are the best 2 cards in the pack by a pretty decent margin. This is just a 3-mana deal 3, and this is a nice like energy payoff that can help you get into those energy decks. I think that we've seen some green cards. There's 3 good green cards in this pack. Attune with Ether, Druid of the Cowl, and Hunt the Weak are all pretty solid cards. The Welding Sparks does go with the Harness Lightning, and then there's a Filigree Familiar, which is kind of medium in every, like pretty solid in every deck. And then there's a Glint Sleeve Artisan, which is a great white card. So kind of a lot of directions we could go here. I feel like we have been seeing some energy signs, and Attune with Ether is really good in those decks. And Welding Sparks, but Welding Sparks is in a color I already have some stuff in. I'm going to take the Sparks, but it's close. It's very close. And we kind of get a little rewarded here. Thopter Arrest is a good card. Nice removal spell. Maybe we're building a random control deck or something. I think this is the best card in the pack. So it does get blown up by random Fumigates, Fragmentizes, not Fumigates. Puzzle Knot is reasonable as well. There are a decent amount of 1-toughness creatures and servos running around. Self-Assembler can be a nice control card as well. There are a couple self-assemblers going around. I did notice that, yeah. Either poison is reasonable. I think I'm just going to take the Thopter rest, though. There's no green cards in that pack to speak of. It's kind of crazy, because every time there is a good green card in the pack, there's also a good card that's already like in my colors, and Welding Sparks is just a great good card. So I kind of like that. Over Attune with Ether, even though Attune with Ether is a great card, it just doesn't really necessarily go in all of the decks that I'm drafting right now, but I am kind of keeping my eye on green because green has seemed open this pack. Wow, we're just kind of seeing all sorts of good cards here. There's a Pyro Helix, which is reasonable. It's kind of like a Fire Fortress puzzle lot. There's a Renegade map. There's another Attune with Ether. Ether Meltdown, Ether Theorist. Kind of want to just take the Attune with Ether. We could also just take Pyro Helix, but Attune with Ether is really good. And maybe we'll just chillax and then get some green-red action going in pack 3. Those colors seem the most open. We won't have a good pack 2 for green, but we'll have a good one for red, hopefully. Revolution's a good pickup. Appetite's a solid playable. And the Tiger Wield, nice. Blooming Marsh, and we haven't seen a ton of black cards. Not a ton of white cards either. Like getting the Tiger. And now Appetite. Self-Assembler. Self-Assembler's just a reasonable card a lot of the time. If you can get a few of them. 2 or 3 is pretty much the sweet spot. Just getting late Attune with Ethers, that's kind of nice. Glint Sleeve Artisan coming around as well. Kind of crazy to see Glint Sleeve and Attune in this pack. People are sleeping on Attune. Red-green is nice. I could have taken that Voltaic Brawler early, but again, I think it's too inflexible early. Gold cards are really nice pickups later in the draft when you've kind of figured out where you're at. I have no regrets about taking it. Ooh, baby, what a pack. What a pack. So this one, there's a Cultivator's Caravan as a vehicle. There's a Ether Chaser as a great red energy payoff. And there's a Welding Sparks. Skywhaler's Shot. I think it's between the Caravan and the Ether Chaser. Not looking like we're playing black. Really not on the self-assembler plan. I do like Cultivator's Caravan. Gives a lot of flexibility. And helps with a splash, which with a 2 Attune with Ethers, I could really easily splash something. Or maybe even multiple things. I do love an Ether Chaser, though. I pretty much take this card every time I see it. I'm going to take the Cultivator's Caravan. I think my deck is going to be more controlling, and I'm going to want it. Though, hard to say exactly. And now I get a Thriving Rhino. This card just does a lot. Gives me a lot of flexibility. I find it pains me to pass an Ether Chaser, as everyone knows. Every time I say that phrase, as everyone knows. Iocane comes from Australia. But yeah, Thriving Rhino is very, very good. Easy pick. My deck also seems like it's on the more controlling side. Monstrous Onslaught is a pretty reasonable card. There's also just another Attune with Ether, which I will just jam as many of these as I can get, pretty much. Die Young is also a reasonable card to splash. We'll see what comes up. Who's in this draft? Nope. But yeah, I think this card's a little bit less reliable. We don't have any creatures right now, which is kind of a problem. Midnight Oil, kind of a crazy card. Not for my deck, but this card's actually pretty good. I got one of these literal last pick one time at FNM, which is kind of funny. There's Riparian Tiger. There's Blossoming Defense. I don't need combat tricks because I only have 2 creatures, so this is where I just pick up creatures. It's no Archipelagor. Archipelagor's hype. Theorist. Don't really want to splash that card. Artisan's not my favorite card either. Neither is the Fireweaver. Reservoir Walker. Don't really need that. Maybe I take Dawn Feather Eagle as a splash. Overall, I didn't expect this pack to be perfect for my colors because I didn't take things super aggressively earlier. So we get a Sweatworks Brawler now over a random vehicle, just getting some creatures, filling out our curve a little bit. This card's reasonable. Gremlin is also sometimes reasonable, though not really. I'd much rather play Appetite. I think this deck is definitely going to splash something, whether that be Thopter Arrest, or even like potentially a Fumigate, though I would rather splash a thing that only needs 1 pip. Maybe it'll be a blue card, but I've just been eyeing something to splash. If this deck doesn't splash, it's kind of wasting a lot of its power, I think. Beautiful. We get a 2-drop. So we obviously didn't wheel the Ether Chaser, but this card is still a good defensive 2-drop. Or attacking 2-drop, but 2-mana 2/3 is no joke. I'm not sure if I want another puzzle or not, but we'll think about it. Fenhauler. Just in case. This card isn't very good. Wow, just all the glint sleeves. Well, free jam regions is pretty good. Just a nice top end card. Also a couple random 2-drops. Maybe one of those will wheel. There's self-assembler, which don't really need, but is potentially playable. Card that's 2 colors are not playing, so nothing really splashable, but we opened a great rare, so pretty happy about that. My creature count has gotten up to 7, so that's pretty nice as well. Everyone loves a bomb dragon except your opponents. Even just casting that for 6 is totally fine. Wow, what a pack indeed. Oh my gosh. The Master Trinket here has a pretty reasonable card. If I was splashing white, I could just play like a bunch of good white cards. There's Fury's Reprisal, which just sometimes dunks on decks, like just does so much. There's Unlicensed Disintegration if I wanted to splash black, but I don't really need removal. There's another Attune. And then there's a Kujar Seed Sculptor. I'm just going to take the Fury's Reprisal. I think this card's pretty good. And it's on my colors. I don't have to do anything extra to make it work. Just feels really good when it gets played against me, so I guess I'll take another one. Team Outrider is pretty good too. Okay, now another Thriving Rhino. Haven't really had to dip into another color, which just is what it is. We're just getting great cards on color. Like, I don't need to splash something. I could just play my 2 colors and then be happy with it. Take a Pima. Wow. Servant of the Conduit is really good. Just like a 2-drop that can ramp and fix mana. I have so much good mana fixing. It's like, okay, I don't need any removal here. I would think I don't need Prophetic Prism, though, because we're not splashing. Hunt the Weak works well with some of my creatures. With a Furious Reprisal. I'll just keep taking them. I feel like it could just do so much stuff in some matchups. There's some matchups where it's not the best, but I feel like it's going to be really sweet. I can just do some cool stuff. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to take Hunt the Weak. Just for some diversity. Probably better to draw one of each. I can't resist the potential 2 for 1, though. Wow. What the heck? This card's so good. So good. I really was hoping to find something to splash this pack, but I didn't. I didn't find anything. I failed. Yeah, it is not the being sorcery is not the best, but Demolition Stomp is actually reasonable. Wow, another Attune with Ether. Also Kujar. Just nobody drafting any of the cards that I want, which is nice. I was like, well, I could splash, but I just don't need to. And I don't really need the puzzle knots anymore. The reprisals kind of do the exact same thing. Punish small toughness creatures. Yeah, I have no regrets about not second picking a brawler. Like, absolutely none. I think I took Vengeful Rebel or something. Okay. So I don't need the puzzle knots because these cards kind of do the same thing. I could always like splash this card if I really needed to, but the High Spire I could consider playing. So all I need is 1 forest in my opening hand. That's why I'm playing 8 of them. Because I can always get Mountain with it. Then I need to cut 1 card. Sweatworks Brawler really doesn't seem to fit here. How many creatures do I have? 12. Yeah, that seems good. And we will try it like this. Could also play this card instead of like Weld Fast Monitor. Weld Fast is pretty good, and it can tap for this thing, so I like it. Well, that's going to do it for the build, and I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my work at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special shout out to those at the credits level. If you as a viewer feel like my content has provided you with $1 worth of value and you'd like to give back and support the channel, the Patreon is the best way to do so. And as my way of saying thank you to patrons, I provide some rewards like access to my card by card tier list for each set. I really do appreciate all of the patrons, and I really cannot thank you enough for helping me continue to produce these videos. Without further ado, though, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. Yikes, that's unfortunate. If we had a forest, we could keep this hand. That's why I'm playing a 9-5 split of forest to mountains. Feels bad, man. Okay, this hand is much better. I kind of want to keep the Rishkar's expertise. You can, like, bail me out almost. Furious Reprisal looking good here. Potentially against a red deck. Not against Sky Skip as much. Oof. This is where I always hope that they have a bunch of small creatures. Zap me. I dare you. Oh, nice. Lives. Sure. Energy, all alone in the moonlight. I'm playing this slow. I don't want to expose this to removal. This feels like they might have something. They have a board sweeper? Swooper. Okay. Mash. The Bounty's energy. Next turn, Rishkar's expertise is going to really draw me a lot of cards once they tap out. Hopefully. Oh, it looks like they're missing on double blue or something. No, that's what I was afraid of. Still a draw 3, I guess. Got the win. Opponent seemed tilted. Oh, maybe they should have mulliganed. It's always an option, buddy. I feel like Ether Chaser would have been pretty good in this deck. I feel like Cultivator's Caravan is pretty good in this deck as well. I don't know. I like the deck. I kind of wish I had opened a bomber in a different color just so I could have the pleasure of splashing with like 5 sources. 6 mana draw, 3 play a 5 drop. Yeah, still pretty good. Okay. On the draw, I think this is definitely keepable. I have a green mana, so if I do draw a tune, I'm in great shape. Kujar, Seed Sculptor. We're sculpting seeds. Let's go. Attune. Attune with the ether. Oh, that's so good for me. Oh my gosh, let's go. Forest. Mountain. This Furious Reprisal just gonna zap it. Oh, let's go. There are some decks that just can't beat Furious Reprisal, and the fact that I have 3 of them just means I always win against those decks. Oh, I've got to save my appetite for that thing. I'm going to zap that now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not the best. Poor Furious Reprisal. You were so close to being good. The Sculptor does have good stats, it does. Yep. No! Whew! This card's insane. Yeah, that wasn't remotely fair. This card is very good. I definitely should have just zapped the weld fast monitor when I had the chance, I think. Maybe I didn't have a chance ever. Like he never had a chance. Like he never had a chance. Yeah, I should have made sure I had an even mix in case I drew that card. Cowabunga. Ooh, I like it. There's an Attune with Ether and a Riparian Tiger that's going to be massive every time. It's like a 6/6. It's a 6/6, Mr. Grinch. I could have gotten really fancy and gone for like a triple splash and just like played everything. But I didn't even see any cards that were better than the red-green cards I was getting past. So I just stuck with my guns. No! Play small things! Nobody wants to play into my Furious Reprisal. They all are playing around it like masters. I should have taken a Hunt the Week over the third Furious Reprisal. I just saw stars. I was like, no, it's so beautiful. Yeah. It's only justice if I get punished for taking the third one. Like, a Hunt the Week would have been so good every time I've drawn multiple Furious Reprisals. Okay. I killed the 1/4 because it can keep growing, I think, which really worries me. I do not care about your 3/4. I do not care, Sam I am. Tiger is so good. When you have, like, all this energy from a Tomb of the Eater. Just like, what? They're basically dead, because they have to be able to block everything, because this can just deal 2 damage to the face. Finally! Something to kill! Yes! I never doubted you for a second, Furious Reprisal. I wasn't trying to replace you with Hunt the Week. Why would I do such a thing? Boom! Obviously, they conceded to the Furious Reprisal. Wait till I have 8 mana, opponent. Then you'll be sorry. Hooray! We ranked up! Good job, chat. We did it. We did it! Vamonos! It looks so easy. That's because it is. So far, our matches have not been that difficult. We just play our cards, and our cards are better than our opponent's cards, and then we win. Hello, Dead Rat Pirate. We have the Free Jam Regent as also just like a completely like absurd card. Free Jam Regent. Okay, we'll keep this hand. It is kind of sketchy. We're banking on you, servant. You're my greatest asset and my greatest hope. Yes! Reprisal time, baby! Oh, yes, give me a land! Give me an land. No! Oh, I was so happy. I was like, yes. This Furious Reprisal is going to do work. Punishment! Oh my gosh, I need this. Yes, we did it. We hit a land. Yes, I'm going to kill the Whining Constrictor first. It's not exactly what I wanted to do, but I think it's necessary. If I draw another land next turn, I can still do this. Or I don't even need that land to play the Sage and reset this guy as a relevant card. This deck is too good for lands. I don't need them. That is fair. That is a fair thing to do. I respect it, opponent. Aye. Hoping for the best here. Driving Rhino down. Mountain? No mountain. Aw. Well, Attune with Ether is also a land. It's like an Evolving Wilds type card, essentially. It's not looking good for our hero. My hubris! Ah, yes. Oh, yes. The greed of youth. No, the hubris. The indestructibility. The confidence in myself. I believed too much in my attunes. The shame. I always wait till I get to a new rank to lose, though, because it maximizes my climb while also seeming realistic. If I won every match, people would think I was hacking or something, so I've got to lose a couple. But I tactically choose them, you'll notice, so that I don't ever lose rank when I lose, pretty much. It's a secret strategy. Yeah, I planned ahead. Yeah, probably could have mulliganed that hand. It felt reasonable to keep, though, given that I had that 2-drop. As long as it lived, I had hope. I also think killing Winding Constrictor made sense. Instead of playing the Weldfast, though, I probably should have played the Sage, just so I could continually have energy to cast things. I think that was the mistake I made. I think the game plays out relatively differently if I do play the Sage. Because then I can cast my card that kills the poisoners easier. Okie doke, we've got Rishkars, which is just an excellent card. Opponent said hello. I think we're going to intimidate them by not saying hello back. Just the silent type. The non-am Cobra. We got the mountain so that if we do draw free jam Regent, we have more mountains to pump into it. Opponent knows the truth. But they are not using Kaladesh lands. So, what sort of truth do they really know? Attack, because otherwise they can just equip and we can't block. We're hoping that Riparian Tiger works for us, because then we can draw 6 and cast another 5-drop. Ah! That is not good for me. No, no, no. Oh, Spaghetti-O. Both my opponents my last opponent had their 3 colors, and this opponent had their 3 colors. Bummer. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're so dead. I think we have to do this. So they're just going to start bouncing this guy and then bringing him back, and I can't win. Okay. Yep.
And drive Justin over to...
Okay. So I can either draw 2 extra cards but lose a blocker, which sounds fatal. Or I can just draw 4. They can always bounce this thing, right? And replay it. No, they don't have the mana to do that right now. I think I need every blocker I can get. Hmm. Yeah. Maverick Thopterist is not a balanced card in many ways. Yikes. Lisa dead. Oh my gosh. I am dead. That card is also not fair. Oh man. So if they hadn't drawn Ether Hub, I would have won. That's reassuring to know. Yeah, I just drew all lands for like most of the turns of that game, and they drew like very good spells that they got to cast every turn because they had their Ether Hub to provide them with their extra mana. So yeah, I don't know. They didn't show any mana fixing. It looked like. So like, there's gonna be some percentage of games where they just can't cast their cards, which is just not. This didn't happen to be against me. I'm gonna keep this hand. Easy keep on the draw. Bum ba dum. Ba dum bum bum ba dum. Yay! Develop the mana. Yes, Furious Reprisal. Do your thing. That feels good. Go on, Cultivator's Caravan. Show them who's the boss. Hit him with everything you got. Oh man. I like putting a counter on it still. It just feels way harder to deal with. World War Trample's a big body. This might be unnecessary, and it might be to just like kill two things and attack them. Killing everything they have is very appealing. Redeem, sure. Oh yeah, we're winning. Getting the job done. Let's go. Four and two. Feels good. Ah, facing storks. An animal inextricably linked with Dumbo. I'll just play the Seed Sculptor. Not going to attack. Don't want them to get to use this when I have Furious Reprisal, now that I've got that card. Wow, that's just game over, isn't it? That's why I like Furious Reprisals, because it just ends the game like this. Like, there's nothing they can do. And it's not like they played bad cards. Those cards are reasonable. It's just like anytime they play any card that's like got 2 toughness, they just lose the game. Like, what? So, if I had hit anything that generated energy, I could have gotten an attack in. Which I was hoping for. That's a little bit of a bummer. Okie doke. Energy. I'm okay with this because I can just double block. Wow, they have 15 energy. And then the next turn I just went with this card pretty much. Attack with both. They have to chump the Thriving Rhino. Yeah, Reprisal just doing major work. Wow. I'm glad they didn't draw that Blossoming Defense earlier. or they might have been able to win with that Ridge Scale. Ridge Scale Tusker is just like the best card in the set, it feels like, and it's an uncommon. Maybe not the literal best card in the set, because there are some insane rares, but it is far and away just like an absurd uncommon. Just nothing even like makes sense. It's like, what? Well, this is a good hand. I feel like we're on the draw a lot. Does anyone else feel like that? Ether Spear Harvester is a rare. Untethered Express is good because it's colorless, but it's not as good as Ridge Scale Tusker on power level. This is where I hope they don't kill the Rhino, because it'll just be like a 5/6 or whatever. Goggles is really good against my deck. It makes the game really hard for me because all of a sudden my Chandra's cards don't zap things as well. Might have to Appetite it. Can kill the Sky Skip with the Sparks, hopefully. I don't want them to attack because they could play Built to Smash then. And they gotta have removal of some kind, right? Hopefully it doesn't kill that. Like, hopefully they only had one deal for. Maybe, like, I guess Welding Sparks also kills this. Ah! Haha! Joke's on you, my friend! I'm playing this now and making it a 2/2, so I have a backup in case they kill the Free Jam Regent. Like, so this thing will still draw me some cards if they kill this in response. Okay. Feels bad. Like, opponent has drawn a lot of lands, but I've drawn the same number of lands, so they can't really complain as much. Poor Free Jam. He didn't get to truly live. He died when he was but a lad. Poor Free Jam. My cards are just like all a lot of my cards are just like 2 for 1, so like. Oh, yes, Pima Outrider. Woo! Gotta win. Let's go. That was crazy. They played the demon and it killed their own creatures. Because they were hoping to activate it, maybe. I don't even know. But they did kill their own guys with it. Missed Lethal? Where was Missed Lethal? The Chandra card can't... Oh my gosh, we're at the final boss already. Already? The final boss? Say it ain't so! I don't even understand. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Chat, we need your energy. Your energy will fuel the victories. Oh my gosh. I am the final boss. The comeback is on. Ooh, on the play. We're keeping it. We're keeping it. And they mulliganed. This is such a good hand. Especially if we draw a land. To like not have to use this energy. Come on, deck. Yes! This is so good. The Servant of the Conduit. And white decks generally are more soft to the Furious Reprisal. Oh my gosh, they're so dead. They're so dead. They're a blue-white deck, so they're going to get owned by Furious Reprisal. And they have... Oh, this hand is also just God tier. I've got like my Rish Cards expertise. I've got my energy stuff. Oh my gosh, they're so dead. Let's go! Come on, deck! No! Yeah, I wasn't going to play around Sky Whaler's shot. Feels bad. Sad day. Okay. 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 Ah! This seems reasonable. I can trade my 2/4/4s for an Ethersphere Harvester and a Gearseeker Serpent. Presumably. So now their board is relatively clear. I can kill this Fairground Warden with my, maybe Monstrous Onslaught even. If I can use a Repairing Tiger. Yep, don't care. A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. Well, that's just disgusting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if I attack for 6, they'll crew that. I can kill that. So if I attack for 6, they'll crew the Aether Sphere and double block. Which is a problem. So and then I can go... Could spend 5 to kill an Aether Sphere Harvester. What? Oh yeah, I didn't have the mana to do that. Oh, man. That is brutal. Let's hope they play something else small. gosh. Are they going to make a 1-1? Probably. Yes, okay. Actually, let's... Yeah, this is better. That's so incredibly frustrating. I can't believe it. Just... Of course they drew Cloud Blazer on that board. Just can't catch a break. I'm so enraged. Wow, that's horrible. Oh no! Oh my gosh. Okay, I guess they have multiple Cloud Blazers, so that's not even like a surprise that they had one. Wow, this stratagem though, really not fair. Gosh darn it. Their deck is insane. What the heck? What is going on here? They've just only played like great cards that also have synergy. Yikes. That's tough. They just had so much removal, and then they had like double Cloud Blazer to push over. Oh my gosh. Maybe I was supposed to kill the Fairgrounds Warden before, and then I could get an attack in with the Riparian Tiger the next turn. I feel like killing their 4/3 was okay. I don't even know. I don't think it would have mattered in the end, though, because they just had so many cards from that Illusionist stratagem play. Wow. Maybe if I had, like, it kept being things where, like, if this was a best of 3 game, I could maybe play around things like Illusionist stratagem or Skywhaler's Shot. But the problem is like, they just played Cloud Blazer, and so then waiting for them to play another 2 toughness creature is so appealing. But then the fact that they have enough mana to then hold up their Illusionist stratagem, like if I had just killed the Cloud Blazer and dealt 2 to their face, I might have been able to win. But I have no idea that they have Illusionist stratagem. It's an uncommon, and I'm not really gonna play around this thing. And so then going for their Glint Sleeve guy makes a lot of sense. Wow, that's so brutal. Oh my gosh. Because if I had been able to kill if I'd killed the Cloud Blazer and they couldn't have gotten that big blink off, that's 2 less cards they have. Maybe they don't find their other Cloud Blazer for a few turns. I have time to get the job done, but that's just insane. I think they top decked the Cloud Blazer because they hadn't played it for a while. If I knew them to not draw Cloud Blazer for a while, but they have 2 of them, so they're gonna draw one eventually. Wow, and then they just had like infinite revoke privileges for my actual big creatures. Brutal. Their deck is sweet. Ah, the light. Thank you so much
for the 63 and great effort.
Thank you so much, Ricky X, for the subscription. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Is the light just... Yeah, the light is right on me. If you were watching this on YouTube and you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave hashtag attuning wins, because Attune was really sweet. We did a lot of cool stuff. There was also some really sweet reprisal plays. There was some cool Rishkar's expertise stuff. Free Gem Regent was a house whenever we cast it. Just a lot of great cards. Everything performed well. We didn't quite make it to the end, but I mean, that deck we played against was like a constructed deck at the end. It was like, what the heck is going on? They went SRAM's expertise into turn like 5, like Gear Seeker Serpent for 4 mana or whatever, which is just wild. So yeah, they just did a lot of good stuff that game. Pretty fearsome foe. Could have done some stuff differently, maybe to help. Maybe I was supposed to kill 2 servos, but I don't think it would have really mattered as much. I don't know. Definitely some decisions that could have gone differently, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to hit that thumbs up button if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel for more. Click that bell icon to get notified when I post future videos, and comment below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. You can check out the Twitch stream live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. And you can support my work via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Or if you would like to donate to the stream directly, there's a link to do that as well, or to the channel directly. You can also find my articles, the Discord server, a link to my Kaladesh Remastered draft guide in the description down below as well. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.